Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Back in the studio today, big news, spoke a little bit about it yesterday, back on it today. It's all about Alexander Lacazette. Now, I got a phone call yesterday. I was on my way back home from Royal Ascot where I was this week, and I got a phone call from a source that's been a very good source for me. He told me about the Kolasinac thing a couple of months ago. He told me last year when Arsenal were going to sign Mustafi, when there was a lot of doubts on that, he rung me and said to me, Robbie, it's definitely happening, and it did. And he called me yesterday and he said to me, Robbie, Alexander Lacazette is happening and it could be all tied up next week, could be tied up before Arsenal go on tour of Australia. And I was like, wow, that's really exciting news. You know, that's brilliant for me as far as I'm concerned, because we need a striker. We've been after Alexander Lacazette for so long. Remember, we put in a bid last summer for £29 million and that was rejected. And it's been such a hard deal to get done, but it looks like it could be happening. Now, Alexander Lacazette was due to go to Atletico Madrid, as we know, but Atletico Madrid have got this transfer ban, and this looks like it's worked in the favour of Arsenal. We know that Arsenal's #1 target really has been Mbappe, but that deal's looking like that's going to be really, really difficult to be done because of the amount of money involved, because of the sort of clubs that are after him. And Lacazette, for me, seems logical, seems a no-brainer, and would be a great signing, in my personal opinion, for Arsenal Football Club. I'll just caution you, that source, though, did get one link wrong, right? When he told me a couple of years ago about Loic Remy, right? And that was a done deal, and Loic Remy ended up going to Chelsea. So listen, things can happen that can derail deals at the last minute, but he has been right on the last couple of ones, and he told me yesterday that Lacazette, he feels, will get done. Now, you know, let's take a look at Lacazette, because he's got a great goal-scoring record. And if we're looking for a goal scorer, I think he's ideal. If you look at his goal-scoring record, season 2013-14, he scored 22 goals. In season 14-15, he scored 31 goals. In 2015-16 season, he scored 23 goals. And last year, 16-17, best of all, he scored 37 goals in all competitions. You can't argue with that record year in, year out. Now, I know I was chatting to Claude during the week and he goes, yeah, but loads of those are penalties. I think he might have scored about 10 penalties last season, but it's still goals. Harry Kane scores lots of penalties, you know. Alan Shearer, I remember, used to be a prolific goal scorer. People used to say, oh, a lot of those are penalties. They're still goals, and we need a goal scorer. And for me, if somebody's going to come in and get 20 plus, it would be ideal. I mean, for me, I don't see Arsenal, there's a lot of people saying, oh, well, that means that Giroud's going to be on the way out. I don't see that happening. I see Arsenal keeping Giroud. He's a different type of striker. Those two will provide good competition for each other. Remember, I think we'll be getting a very hungry Alexander Lacazette, who's still got a lot to prove. He's 26. Yes, he's had a great goal-scoring record for Lyon, but he's played for Lyon. You know, that's where he was born, in Lyon. He's come up through the system. He's always played for Lyon. This will be a massive challenge for him. And we've got the added incentive that he wants to get into that French national team for next year's World Cup. And if you look at the strikers ahead of him, Giroud at the moment is one of them. Mbappe is ahead of him. If he comes to Arsenal and he does the business, he could push himself ahead of both of those. So I think it's a perfect signing for Arsenal. I think it would be a perfect fit. It would be, I do think he'll be successful at Arsenal. You know, he's got that pace and he's very, very clinical. And if you've got Mesut Ozil in behind him, Bob's your uncle. So I think that could be a good signing. On the Mesut Ozil thing, by the way, the same source said to me that Mesut Ozil as well is staying. He said that from what he's been told as well, Ozil is definitely staying at Arsenal, will not be leaving the club this summer. So again, for me, more good news. Ozil will be able to supply Lacazette. I'd love to hear a bit more positive news on Alexis, but nothing yet. But Ozil, he says as well, he feels will stay. Arsenal also linked with another French player today. Goes by the name of Gaëtan Laborde. He's 23 years of age. Plays for F.C. Girondins de Bordeaux. He's valued at about £12 million. Now, he scored 13 goals last season. And we're being told that Arsene Wenger's very interested in him and has been looking at him. Not the sort of signing, he's not a Lacazette. That's not going to get us excited. I mean, we don't want to be hearing next week that Lacazette's fallen through and this is the guy we're going for, you know. Then there's also been people still saying that, you know, Arsenal's still in for Mbappe. And that, you know, some people claiming in the press today that this whole Lacazette thing is to prompt Mbappe into saying, all right, well, actually, I'm going to come. I just see the Mbappe thing as unlikely. The price is just going through the roof. Lacazette makes more sense to me. Finally, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Again, another one. This is a real confusing mess at the moment. There are several outlets out there that are saying that the owner of the club, Stan Kroenke, got in contact with Oxlade-Chamberlain's people personally and said to them, he's not going anywhere. We're keeping him. He's not going to be sold. Then there's other people speculating that, you know, Ox is still going to be off, still could be going to Liverpool, still could be going here, there, everywhere. Again, the contract negotiations are ongoing. You're going to hear this from both sides. I'm hopeful that Oxlade-Chamberlain, who had his best season in an Arsenal shirt last season, will be here for next season. But quite exciting news, if you ask me, about Lacazette. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. Tell me, do you think Lacazette will be a big signing, a good signing for Arsenal? If we sign him and it is that price, talking about 50 million euros, that will break Arsenal's transfer record. For you, is he a good signing? Let me know. Thanks for watching AFTV Transfer Daily, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Subscribe to ArsenalFanTV.